Good night, everyone. This is the first live on this channel, and I'm gonna see if it has started working. So let me just walk you through the setup. So I'm gonna be sharing this screen with you that you are seeing. I wanted to make this X post, and we are starting with the series today. Today is the day one. The title of the series is actually sarcastic, becoming an AI expert before I hit a million subscribers. Guys, that is insane. So, let's switch the camera to screen to this camera. And, well, it's quite an exciting night, I would say. It's been a very long day for me, and I worked a lot, and now it's 2:20 a.m. and I'm here working on this stuff. So let me take you over here, guys. On my X account, this stream is live. This stream is live. So the thing is that the AI space, the AI metrics is actually moving at a very fast pace. I don't want to be left behind. I do a full time job, and I want a piece of the action. I want to learn about AI. I want to use AI, and I've been using it for quite some time. And the thing is that I find that quite interesting that I'm able to turbocharge my growth, my productivity, my output. So, if we have to get a good output, we have to basically focus on the input. The input is the time that I spend on this sort of stuff. So let's come over here. Let's go to X. Let's make this very first post on X. So I'm gonna be exposing myself to everything related to AI. I find AI robotics quite interesting, and I like to talk about it. I made a channel on this. I'll show you that one as well. But first, let's craft a X post. I already made the draft of it, and I think like this looks fine. So let's read through it. I feel like I'm falling behind the AI curve, so I'm doing something crazy to fix it. Welcome to day one of becoming an AI expert before I hit a million subscribers. Very sarcastic. I thought this would get quite some attention, so that's why I selected this. I'm starting from zero. Actually, I'm not. I already have this other YouTube account where I post AI related stuff and everything. So let me show you. I will actually go to the other screen to bring that up. Just give me a second. In the meanwhile, I'm live streaming to YouTube, X, and Kick. I've heard there's audience on Kick as well, so I didn't want to stream on Facebook, so I selected Kick over there. So the name of the channel where I'm streaming on YouTube is Intelligence Frontier, and I have to show you that out of my own interest, I take out time to post over here about the stuff that I'm learning. So you see, I've posted some 114 videos, and as we are here, I think it's very good that I can basically see that our live has started. So this is, guys, very interesting. We are going to get into the AI. So see the thumbnail. This is where AI has brought us. 2 3 years back, I couldn't think of making something like this unless I had a photo editor who was very good with Photoshop and everything. So AI has brought us here. I'm gonna do this daily series, but for reflection, You see, oh guys, check this out. These were my thumbnails earlier. So I made this one with Leonardo AI, this one that you are seeing, and then I put the text with Canva. This one I think I made with Gemini or ChatGPT, and these were all made with well Leonardo AI. If we talk about AI image gen, I think Leonardo AI. See, I've even made videos on it. It had one of the most top-notch artistic style, and right now GPT Image 2 that is also like on the frontiers is the I think the best one out there right now. I don't think actually it is. It has been beating every other AI image and model by a mile. You see this video, I was sitting in my car and I was comparing Leonardo with Ideogram AI. You see, guys, and it was a year ago. And like I said, for reflection, the very first video that I posted it was 2 years ago, and I couldn't stay consistent. I didn't see much well traction on the channel. I started going into other things, but now we are taking it very seriously. This is just to let you know that I've been looking at news and everything since 2 3 years, but now it's like we are making it a mission. We are going to scan the AI metrics for everything that could help us. I'm not talking about the very technical stuff. I'm talking about something that will help us in our daily lives, something that will enable us to do better in our jobs. So, and also our businesses. So that's the goal of it. So let me just see if our live is working okay. It's working here. On X, we also have the live started. It's time to make the post. So let's go, guys. I see a very bright future. And okay, let me close this one. I will have to close this one as well. And this one as well. You see, I was figuring out Restream before. So, first thing, uh, I also have to share with you, this screen. Let me bring it here. So, alongside, what I'm actually gonna do is that I will be maintaining a glossary of terms, everything AI related, robotics related. I'm gonna put it over here, you see, and it's gonna be like a dictionary in alphabetical order A, B, C, D, E. So wherever anything falls, we are gonna put it over here. Then we are gonna source the news, read them, interpret them, gonna put the links on a daily basis, and then I would also like to make weekly videos on the YouTube channel. So this is where I'm gonna put all the stuff that we could cover in the weekly video. So here it would be like the daily log. So this is where we are starting. Over time, the things are gonna improve. And let me just bring this over here. I really hope that the stream would be quite interesting. So we have to start somewhere. So I'll actually see where we can start with. There's a lot to cover related to AI and everything. And okay, this seems interesting. So I'm gonna pull it up over here, guys. Right now, I think there's no one on the stream, but anyways, let's also see if anyone is joining or if anyone has seen it. So there is one impression. Okay, interesting. 0 views, one impression. Let me close this one. Now, I came across this yesterday. I wanted to, deep dive into this And I find that quite intriguing that Jeff Bezos is also big on AI, space tech, other than his main businesses, which obviously is Amazon and AWS, Amazon Web Services, and all that. So Jeff Bezos has his own AI startup project called Project Prometheus that's already valued at 38 billion US dollars despite being founded 5 months ago. Guys, if this is true, this is insane. This is insane. Valued at 38 billion dollars in 5 months. Let's actually check this. What's this all about? I'm gonna devour everything related to it. We are gonna learn about it together. What this is, what it means, and well, what's the future of this. So I'm gonna pull up all the news, each and everything, so that we can well understand it in the details. So it's focused on using AI for physical tasks like manufacturing and engineering instead of chatbots. Okay, there's a lot of focus on chatbots and well how bots could help in automating the chats and the voice mail services and all that one, and voice assistants as well. How there's a lot of focus on that, in short. So this one is focused on AI for physical tasks like manufacturing and engineering. Okay, let me highlight this one for my own notes. So in future I would like to see that if there is work in this field already. So I'm pretty sure that they are not the only ones doing this. Okay, so it was tags, but I need to. Oh, okay, so let's go over here. What this project Prometheus is? It's an AI startup. It was founded by Jeff Bezos in November 2025. So this is true. Started like 6 months ago. Who will serve as co-chief executive. The project will launch with 6.2 billion in funding, partly from Bezos. Vic Bajaj, a chemist, physicist formerly Google X, who is co-founder and CEO of AI incubator Foresight Labs. Who's Vic Bajaj, guys? Let's see. This guy, Canadian American scientist, business executive. How old is he? Almost 50. Born in Canada of Indian heritage. Let's see his work. Google Life Science and Grail. He co-founded Google Life Science, a division of Alphabet Research Group, Google X, working out of Google Mountain View campus. So he has worked at Google at a good level, and then he became managing director of Foresight Capital, an investment firm. Okay. So Bajaj was reported as the co-founder and CEO of Project Prometheus, an AI startup co-funded by Jeff Bezos in November 2025. So this is the co-founder and the CEO of no, okay, the co-chief executive of Project Prometheus. It's based in San Francisco with offices in London and Zurich. So guys, this actually does give me vibes of like pay to play. If you have money, you come in hot and you will basically swing at it. They are coming in with $6.2 billion in funding. And on the other hand side, we see bootstrapped AI startups rising from the grassroots. But if you have money, you the field is yours to play, guys. That's pretty obvious. So they have hired 120 employees, including researchers from AI firms Meta, OpenAI, and DeepMind, among other complete plans to use AI tech. Okay, to improve engineering and manufacturing in fields of computing, aerospace, and automobiles. It intends to apply AI to physical tasks that require system that can learn not just from massive amount of digital data and LLMs as LLMs are programmed to do, but also from real world trial and error. So the correlation that I see between applying AI to physical tasks and this last line, but also from real world trial and error, I think this is very significant. If you have to train AI to do a certain physical task, let's assume that you want to train AI to cut hair as a barber. It is not as like you just give text and context to the model. You actually have to feed it with the videos of barbers cutting and all the knowledge related to that, and it would be like more of a real world data that would be fed to that AI model. So then the next part which I visualize is connecting that AI to well, let's say a limb, a hand, so that sort of stuff. So I think they are on to that kind of stuff. That's the first impression that I have. Anyways, moving on. In November 2025, Project Prometheus acquired General Agents and agentic AI startup. See, guys, they had the money and they went to acquire another AI startup, the agentic AI startup, as it mentions over here. Agents are like a big topic these days in AI. So, in the following month, the company ran into a trademark issue, discovering that a trademark application for an AI company with the same name had been made on November 17th. Guys, oh goodness. As of 2026, the Prometheus Group also seeking large scale funding. So they are coming in with $6.2 billion in funding and also seeking a large scale funding for a holding company that would acquire companies that Bezos and Bajaj anticipate will be hit by industrial AI technology. This is crazy, guys. AI is coming after our jobs, the physical tasks. So, well, that's what we know so far. And on LinkedIn, okay, 18K followers. And look at this, guys. The page, there's nothing on it. AI for the physical economy. Looks like an interesting line, interesting paragraph. The New York Times. This is behind a paywall. Let's go to Business Insider. Jeff Bezos' secretive AI startup is said to be valued at 38 billion after raising a $10 billion mega round. Oof. This is from March 15th. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's something which we haven't uh, come across before. Little is known about the startup other than it is focused on physical AI designed to interact with real world industrial processes such as manufacturing, aerospace engineering. Okay. Project Prometheus has been snapping up space office space in San Francisco and luring away top talent from OpenAI. That's the playbook, guys. If you have the money, lure in the top talent. Bezos has also been in early discussion with investors in the Middle East and Southeast Asia to raise as much as $100 billion for an investment fund to acquire or invest in companies that would benefit from the tech. I think this is quite interesting when the founders are putting up billions of their own money. Then I think this will give confidence to other investors to jump into this. They would definitely feel like they are onto something big when the founders are committing not just 1 2 billion, multiple billions straight up. Project Prometheus is stepping into a crowded field dominated by giants like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, XAI, and Anthropic, all of which have had start in developing AI models and hiring deep talent benches. I think, like it said on their LinkedIn page, that this is AI for the physical economy. We understand that the LLMs made by OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and XAI, all that, they are way ahead. XAI is rather, I would say, the younger LLM among the other ones mentioned over here, but the thing is, it's also catching up really fast, really fast. I'm using it more than I was using 1 month ago, and well, it has fast version, it has the expert version. So although it would be anyone's natural leaning and naturally anyone would be leaning to use the expert, but sometimes we need very fast answers. So the fast version on XAI is Grok, is insane. You have to use Grok. So all of which have head start in developing. So well, from my understanding, I think if they are going for the physical economy and they are also buying other startups and they have the money, I think they will be like in a different avenue than competing with OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic, and so on and so forth. It also faces pressure from other well-founded startups like targeting physical AI. So that's what I was actually interested in looking at, that if there are other companies doing the same thing. So Periodic Labs, founded by William Fiddes, is a prominent AI researcher best known for his work at OpenAI, where he served as VP of research and helped lead the post-training efforts behind ChatGPT. This guy seems quite interesting. Periodic Labs. Let's search on Google what they are onto about Periodic Labs. Our goal is to create an AI scientist. Huh? Science works by conjecturing how the world might be, running experiments, and learning from the results. So I'd be interested in seeing if there's any mention of physicality, like going after the physical task. So they mention physical sciences, but like it's different. Technology progress is limited by our ability to design the physical world. Okay. So this is about designing the physical world. Okay, let's see if it makes sense further. One of our goal is to discover superconductors that work at higher temperatures than today's material. Superconductors. I also told you that I'll be keeping a glossary of terms. So we have superconductors. Superconductors are material that conduct electricity with zero resistance and expel magnetic fields cooled below a specific, typically extreme critical temperature. Superconductors with reference to AI. What does it mean? AI is transforming the field of superconductivity, turning what was once a slow, serendipitous discovery process into a targeted, accelerated science. AI is used to predict new high temperature superconducting materials, optimizing their properties. Okay, so superconductors, well, doesn't directly relate to AI, but like it's something that AI could improve. One of our goals, okay, got it. We are also working to deploy our solutions with industry. As an example, okay, this seems interesting. We are helping a semiconductor manufacturer that is facing issue with heat dissipation on their chips. We are training custom agents for their engineers and researchers to make sense of the experimental data in order to iterate faster. So guys, I think this company is doing like a different job than what Project Prometheus is gonna do. From what I understand, the Bezos and Bajaj, they are gonna work on stuff that actually well would be done with hands, like the actual physical task, the hard labor. They are going after that. But this one is more like AI for scientists, AI for researchers, periodic lab. So well, this is well reported by Business Insider, but I don't see much of a correlation over here. But I'm pretty sure there will be other AI startups that are gonna do the same job which Jeff Bezos wants to do with his startup. That's why he's going after acquiring other startups in the same field. So on Yahoo Finance, what do we have over here? So I want to extract something which we haven't got from the expos, not from Wikipedia, not from LinkedIn, not from the other news sites. Let's see if there's something new. Okay, stay updated. BlackRock's role as a key investor. BlackRock is also a key investor in Project Prometheus, and its public vision for AI enabled asset management signal that the firm is trying to stay close to technologies that could shape how clients invest. Okay, so BlackRock is also invested in Project Prometheus. Interesting. How this fits into the BlackRock's narrative. Technology integration can support client retention, recurring revenue, and margin resilience through platforms like Aladdin and related tools. So, the AI solutions that are going to come out of Project Prometheus are going to be directly affecting or could potentially improve what BlackRock is already invested in. Interesting, guys. So we have one news on Silicon Republic related to this. JP Morgan, Chase, BlackRock, DST Global, Arch Venture Partners have reportedly invested in the lab. Okay, guys. So other than that, things are kind of, well, the same. What do we have over here? Guys, reject the cookies. Reject them. Anyways, coming to this. So it's also about the $10 billion funding. It will include JP Morgan and Chase, BlackRock. Okay. So Bezos is building something that looks less like an AI startup and more like a vertically integrated industrial intelligence company. And as for now, Wall Street is financing the vision, and so is Bezos and Bajaj. So this is what we could find on Project Prometheus, and well, this seemed quite, I'd say, mildly exciting. Not like way too exciting. Okay, if there's disruption like it's shown in this image, if we have AI trained robots doing stuff at insane speeds, replacing humans and doing wonders, then I think it's gonna be very interesting. So, what's the difference? You would ask that, okay, this is already a robot doing certain tasks, it has replaced human. Now the thing is, guys, you need to understand this. These robotic arms, I've worked in a factory, I've worked in manufacturing units, so I can tell you what this is. So, and where the difference lies, and why this Project Prometheus, I think, seems interesting. So this robotic arm, it's programmed to do a certain task. They, before it starts working, they map out its whole route and the action that it is gonna take, and they program it to do that. And let's say its task is to take one thing from here, put it here. It's gonna keep doing that. Before there were humans, so they replaced the humans and put the robotic arm, because the human needs benefits, he needs health care, he needs insurance, he needs salary, he needs uh, time off. But these robotic arms, they can continue doing this 24/7 or as much as you like in a day. And maybe monthly they need some maintenance or that. But now, what's the role of AI in this? So, from my experience understanding, this same robotic arm, if it becomes dynamic, let's say you could make a one component from this robotic arm, or maybe you could make 10 different components from this arm, or it's kind of independent in how it wants to work about to do that certain task which you asked for. Then this is the use of I am trying to give you like the vision of this, that would be like AI coupled with robotics. So guys, this is the thing. So these robotic arms are doing already what they are programmed to do, but the one that will have AI coupled with it, it would have more autonomy, it would have more creativity, it would have more I'd say context. It, well, anyways, I hope you do understand what I'm referring to. So this was all about Project Prometheus. Let me take these links, and what I'm gonna do is, let's bring this one over here, and I'm gonna be putting the link and the details over here, so that if I need to come back to this, I can, well, basically refer to this. So I can also make an X post, and well, we do have the information, everything related to it. So I think we can make an X post. Although I would not put this in my weekly ones, but I think making an X post seems like the right idea. Let's bring this one over here. Let's change the screens. So I think right now three people have watched the stream. One on Kick, two on YouTube. Okay, so now let's start with making a post. Let me copy this one, and we have to craft this post. And okay, little did I know that Jeff Bezos is pouring his own billions on his AI startup called Project Prometheus. BlackRock is also in on it. They envision to be the AI for physical economy. Project already valued at 38 billion USD. Now we have to put something. Let's see if we can find Jeff Bezos over here. Jeff Bezos, guys. By the way, I have a book on Jeff Bezos, guys. Oh my goodness. Let me see. It's over there. I started to read it, and guys, this is a guy who we could learn a lot from. I'll show you the book. Wait a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. We have the book. Check this out. This is the book. Invent and Wander by Jeff Bezos. Interesting, guys. Maybe I would cover this one, but let us randomly read some line from it. Recruiting talent. Hmm. We pay very competitive compensation at Amazon, but we have not created that kind of country club culture where you get free massages and whatever perks of the moment are. Okay. And there's a big question over here. Do you want mercenaries or missionaries? Guys, mercenaries or missionaries in context of hiring and human resource management. So this was interesting. So with this post, I think I could make something uh, sarcastic. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, I've seen these sorts of images of Jeff Bezos work well with Twitter. Hmm. Which one should we use, guys? I think this one is good. It captures Amazon behind. Okay, so let me just post it. Interesting. So that's how I post about AI and stuff as well. So this is quite quite intriguing to me. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. I have to find something else. Let's go to our homepage. UPS reportedly wants to buy tens of thousands of humanoid robots from Figure AI. I made a video on Figure AI. They have the Figure 3 right now. In the image, you see Figure 2. This was their previous model. Now they have Figure 3. And reports are about the $39 billion San Jose startup working with UPS have been around about a year. The startup appears to be pushing the latest development story through investors. As previously reported, UPS plans to eliminate 30,000 jobs. Guys, the delivery jobs are not going to be there in the future. In 2026, like Amazon Figure is looking to autonomous robots to fill replace human workers. UPS wants tens of thousands of Figure robots by the next year. Fernando Varela, I can also attest that this is true. Who's this Fernando Varela? Guys, let's see if he's someone related to UPS. Huh? No, guys. Anyways, let's see what the internet has to offer about this. If there's anything we could find on the internet. Like I told you, I'm quite interested in robotics and AI, so I'll have to read about this. UPS is in discussion with robotic startup Figure AI to integrate human robots into its logistic facilities. Okay, so guys, the large theme over here is how AI will be affecting the physical world. Previously, we talked about Project Prometheus from Jeff Bezos and how it's gonna be like the AI for the physical economy. But as you see over here, UPS they also have like a physical task. They have warehouses. They have uh, centers, fulfillment centers where stuff comes and then they ship it out. And well, they are looking to automate tasks with robots, humanoid robots. So, by the way, let's see what's a humanoid robot. For our understanding, humanoid robot versus a robot. Humanoid robots are specific type of robots designed to mimic the human body's shape and mechanics. So what we could do, I will put this one into our glossary of terms as well. So let me go to my glossary. Yeah, and I'm gonna be putting it over there. Where is my glossary of terms? Okay, here it is. So humanoid robots. So this is gonna be a dictionary style. So we have the first one with H. A, B, C, D, E, F. It will go above this and everything will come below this. So now let us go back to our other stuff where we were already. So reports suggest a potential interest in tens of thousands of robots. Deployment starting as early as 2026 and 2027. Interesting, guys. Figure AI specializes in AI powered general purpose humanoid robots such as Figure 2. Now they have the Figure 3, guys. They have the Figure 3. I have to show you Figure AI's website. If you haven't seen it, go check this out, guys. This is, well, very pleasing. See the type of stuff their robot can do. They are featuring each and everything. So it can do laundry, it can do your um well household chores. It has, you see these cameras, and I think it has cameras in its fingertips as well. There was something like this. Figure AI is always evolving. So if you know, in my video on Project Prometheus, I talked about the fact that the robotic arms, they are programmed to do certain stuff, but when AI is coupled with these robots, so it can evolve. So there will be an AI model behind this which will be actually improving over time, so that the robotic arm, it would not require programming again and again. The AI will be connected with that arm, and the arm, robotic arm, it will have autonomy. So similarly here, Figure AI, as we see, it can do your tasks. And well, look at this, guys. Kind of scary, kind of interesting. And once you leave your home, it will clean up your mess each and everything. It knows what to do. So the good thing is that it could improve industrial efficiencies, the tasks that require human input. It could be used over there. So coming back to what UPS is on to about, discussions between UPS and Figure AI have been ongoing since 2024. Oh my goodness, guys. In AI's era, this is decades decades back in the past, because AI is evolving at a very fast rate. Logistics impact. This potential move is a part of larger trend in the logistic industry to automate manual, repetitive, and physically demanding tasks to improve efficiency and reduce costs. Guys, if you are doing any physical task and earn from it, well, you need to start looking into AI. You need to actually uh, level up yourself. You need to learn other skills. You see, even here, like they said that they are gonna be eliminating up to 30,000 jobs in 2026. UPS is gonna eliminate. By the way, I am interested in seeing the number of UPS workers, UPS workforce number. How many people are working over there? So globally, 460,000 people are working with UPS, 330,000 full time. In US, let's say in US, it's 400,000 to 450,000. Okay, okay. So the bulk of all these employees are in US, and out of those, 30,000 jobs are gonna well evaporate. Now the thing is, guys, you let me know that what kind of future do you think are we gonna have with all this AI disruption? Is it gonna be a very good future, or is it gonna lead to, well, people being jobless, people losing their jobs, or well, there's another thing. Elon Musk has been talking about universal basic income, where everyone has a universal basic income, their needs are met, and then they can go on to move up in life by the use of this guy's this. And well, the thing is, if you know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so if your well needs of food protection they are met, then you will go on towards the love, recognition, and religion and other higher purposes. I have to show you the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's a well-known concept. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Physiological needs, survival like food, water, safety needs, financial security, health, personal safety. So financial security. If these two are met already, then you go on to love and belonging, esteem needs, self-actualization. So the thing is that like I oh goodness, I didn't record the screen over here, but I have to show you the screen now. Sorry for that, guys. Here's the Maslow's hierarchy of need: the physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem needs, self actualization. So we started with the news that UPS wants to replace some 30,000 jobs with humanoid robots. They want to replace physical workers with humanoid robots. And we are standing at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Globally, the future of AI is such that it's going to cause a lot of disruption. But for society, maybe this will be for the better, because if, like I said, these two are met, like you have money for food, water, and all that stuff, and you have financial security, then what you would be focusing on would be love, belonging, politics, recognition, status, and all that sort of stuff, personal growth, creativity, so on and so forth. So let me know down in the comments if you also see a very bright future of human and the humankind. I definitely look forward to your thoughts down in the comments. Okay, now let me just copy the link from here, and I'm gonna be well noting this down in the news for today. UPS looking to replace 30,000 workers with humanoid robots. What I think, guys, is we can make an next post related to this as well. Let's come on to our main screen. Let us make a post. UPS is looking to slash some 30 30K seems better. jobs in 2026. They are acquiring humanoid robots. So let's find something for UPS. UPS delivery. I think this one will work, I guess. UPS, you see it's there. So I want to make like a very simple post, not very detailed. So, hmm, humanoid. So AI is gonna take our physical jobs too. Well, more accurately, humanoid robots are gonna. So I think this post is well decent enough. So it's sent out, guys. Now let me try to find some other news that we could be possibly interested in. John Turners is set to take over Tim Cook's Apple CEO as Apple's next CEO. Currently serves as the SVP of hardware engineering, has worked closely with Tim Cook on Apple's biggest product decisions. Okay. So guys, he's a hardware guy. And one of his challenges is taking Apple and steering it into the AI era. Obviously, he's a hardware guy, but and his natural inclination would be towards hardware. But the thing is that he has a big task to deal with AI and how Apple is going to move forward. Siri, it's been there for quite some time. It could have been something really huge, but the thing is, AI in Apple, it's like more outsourced now. They have some contract with Google. They are going to make some custom or already have some custom Gemini model for the to be used in Siri and Apple Intelligence. So one of his tasks would be to steer Apple in the AI landscape. You can call it that. And the company right now is valued at 4 trillion US dollars. And whatever it looks forward in terms of to do in terms of AI, I think that is gonna affect all of us. See, I'm using this. Okay, although I have a Samsung as well, but I'm using a iPhone because this is a crazy good product. Thank you, Apple, for all this. We really want you to do more on the AI forefronts. Okay, guys. I now let's try to look at some news actually. Okay. Coincidentally, on my other screen, I came across well news related to same Apple, John Turners, and Tim Cook. Let's see. Let's see if it's worth discussing, if it's worth looking into. Okay. Uh-huh. No, we should move on to the next thing. I think I came across now this one news. It's from Google Cloud. I think this one is worth looking into. Huh. Let me bring this news over here. See, guys, we already have a lot of tabs up there. So let me put the news article over here. Maximizing Gemini. Google Cloud makes its bid to build the operating system for enterprise AI. Okay. Google LLC has emerged as the only cloud hyperscaler. What is a hyperscaler, guys? We could potentially put this in our, well, glossary of terms. Hyperscalers are large scale cloud service providers that offer extensive computing, storage, networking resources designed to support massive scale distributed applications. So they provide cloud services at a very big scale. In short, that's what hyperscalers are. Let me copy this one and I'm going to put it in my glossary of terms. Let's change the screens. Let's go to our glossary of terms. Hyperscaler. Hyperscalers are large scale cloud service providers. Okay. So, guys, this glossary of terms, it's also, I think, something very interesting. Over time, I can refer back to it if I need to uh, learn about anything or, well, recall anything. So, this is definitely interesting. Now, let's come back to our stuff that we were looking into. Okay. And today's it issued a raft of announcements designed to capitalize on that current advantage. Okay. Research Giants Cloud Unit launched Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform as its new hub for building AI agents. Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform for building AI agents. AI agents are the future, guys. With AI agents, let's assume that there is agent that does one certain task and almost everyone is using it. So, well, it would keep on improving with time, with a lot of data. And, well, agents basically are like specialized, well, models, or you can say, what could we call an agent? AI agent. Definition. I think we need to, well, get this right. Refers to a system or a program that is capable of autonomously performing tasks on behalf of a user or another system. So, AI agent will be a system or a program. But I think this gets crazy interesting. Let's say that there's an AI agent that is a barber. Guys, see, I'm visualizing this in my mind. This could be the future where, let's say, there's a system or a program, an AI program that is connected to a humanoid that cuts your hair, and it just does that. It's very good at that. That will be an agent, or we could call it a humanoid agent. What do you say, guys? I think we need to tweet this. These tweets, they are like my thoughts being put out in the universe. Right now, we have AI agents specialized to do a certain task and be very good at it. In future, we might have humanoid agents. Let's say a barber agent who is very good at cutting hair and only doing that. Guys, this is a very novel tweet. This is a very novel tweet, guys. Let's put a GIF AI robot barber. Let's see if there is already something. What can we put over here? Okay, let's see, guys. Nothing over here. I'll go to Gemini and we'll make something over here. Google Gemini using Nano Banana. Let me bring this over here, guys, and create an image. Okay, AI robot barber. Okay, what do we have over here, guys? This looks interesting. Supercharge Gemini with personal intelligence. Make Gemini uniquely helpful for you by connecting more of your Google apps while safeguarding your info. Not now. We are on to some very novel idea, very novel thinking. Guys, I'm gonna put this over here. If we go to Grok, this can be turned into a video, but well, for that I need a premium plus, I think. I just have the premium for now. Right now we have AI agents. Okay, guys, this is a very novel idea. I mean, like, people would be thinking about it, but what I thought was, how would that certain robot be called? It would be like an agent, humanoid agent. These days we have AI agents. So, okay, Google also unveiled a new Gemini Enterprise application designed to transition AI from isolated tool into a secure, collaborative, autonomous engineer for the enterprise. Okay, we need to understand this. Google also unveiled a new Gemini Enterprise application designed to transition AI from an isolated tool into a secure, collaborative, autonomous engineer for an enterprise. What sort of engineer, guys? Google Enterprise Translation AI from. Let's search this one. So, if it has to be an engineer, what is Cursor AI doing? Cursor AI. I think that is also like a coding engineer for your business. Built to make you extraordinary productive. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. Well, product agent code review. So it is also a computer engineer for like building a code for you and reviewing it and all that. What are they onto about? What type of engineer are they gonna bring? Let's go to the official source. Gemini Enterprise for the Agentic Task Force, introducing long running agents, agentic collaboration spaces, and advanced governance. Agentic collaboration spaces. There should be a social media for agents as well. Yeah. As we have deployed Gemini across various industries last few months, including world most complex. Okay, what I'm looking to see is what type of engineer are they referring to? Automate complex work with a digital task force. With our suite of agent building management tool, anyone can manage a full spectrum of work from immediate ad hoc tasks to asynchronous multi-step workflows that don't require continuous manual prompting. Enhanced agent designer. Okay, agent designer. Okay, this is high code agents. Allow your engineering teams and IT leaders to build sophisticated agents with full code, publish them directly into Gemini Enterprise app for the business to use. Interesting, guys. Building agentic controls. As Silicon Angle analysts have noted, Google is one of the few key tech players that has the resources to optimize tech end to end. Its focus based on the week's announcement at Google Cloud Next has been on maximizing the compute layer, the global network, security, data engines, and the application platform to generate enterprise AI value. Guys, what is this? What is Silicon Angle? Let's see if this is something that I need to keep an eye on. Yes, this definitely seems interesting. A website for AI news. Actually, we were reading it at Silicon Angle already. Very interesting. Okay, guys, let's see what's the latest in AI. Google AI agent. So the last news were from a day ago. Would have been very interesting if it was from well a few hours ago or something. So that's why I go to X because most of the AI news you are gonna find over here. People talking about AI, companies working on AI. They everyone comes here, guys. X is for real time news. So let me close this one. Let's come back over here. New chips unveiled. Okay, so we uh, let's read into this. Being mission control for the agentic world will still require powerful hardware that can run the models for delivering the brain power behind reasoning machines. Yeah, guys, that does make sense. They need a lot of compute power and a lot of hardware that would run these agents. Google addressed this as well with the announcement today of new tensor processing units or TPUs. What is a tensor processing unit, guys? Let us look into it. TPUs are application specific integrated circuits. ASICs, Google developed them to accelerate machine learning workloads. Guys, this is the juicy stuff. They are especially, by the way, this was an overdoing. And let's come back to it. They are especially useful for those using neural networks. TPUs are different from CPUs or GPUs. TPUs are engineered to do matrix multiplications and tensor operations efficiently. Matrix multiplications and tensor operations. So, what is a tensor operation? Our tensor operations are mathematical manipulations applied to multidimensional arrays tensors. They are foundational building blocks of machine learning and deep learning. So, the foundational building blocks of machine learning and deep learning are tensor operations. These operations, which include arithmetic, matrix manipulation, and reshaping, allowing algorithm to encode inputs, learn patterns, and output prediction. So we need to well copy all of this related to tensor. We need to put it into our glossary of terms because this is what we might need to read again. We might need to understand again. Tensor operations. Guys, I'm proud of myself for doing all this, reading all this, learning all this. Tensor operations, so they are the building tensor operations are the building blocks for machine learning, deep learning, and they operate on arithmetic, matrix manipulation, and reshaping. I was guys just revising it. Tensor processing units. Okay, now read. Let's read it and see if it makes sense. TPUs are application specific integrated circuits. Are application specific, not general. Google developed them to accelerate machine learning workloads. Yes, they are the building block behind the machine learning and deep learning. They are especially useful for those using neural networks. We also need to, well, read this. TPUs are different from the CPUs or GPUs. GPUs are for general purposes, guys. TPUs are engineered to do matrix manipulation and tensor operations efficiently. A TPU will only do tensor operations. And as it says, matrix multiplication. Oh, guys, not manipulation, multiplication. Over here, did I read that wrong? Yeah, matrix multiplication, not manipulation. So this is what makes it interesting. We have to read this as well. Matrix multiplication in mathematics, specifically in linear algebra, is a binary operation that produces a matrix of two matrices. Okay. Yeah, guys. I remember doing matrix multiplication in school. Yeah, this is familiar stuff, guys. Yeah, let's go to tensor processing units. By the way, I didn't record that screen. I was here on this one in my uh, well glossary of terms. Let me highlight this one. Let me bold this one, and let's change the screens. Uh, you might have been seeing this on the little screen that you see over here, but now we were discussing these matrix manipulations. If you have been to a school, you would definitely know about this kind of stuff, guys. It was like a chapter in our math classes, matrix multiplication. So this is all that is happening behind the algorithms. We could keep going into this in detail and all, but the thing is that we also have to, well, worry about our time. We are short on time. Let's see if in future we get to come to this and learn about this in detail. We have to move at blazing fast speed. Okay, evolving market. Okay, this one I need to read to you. We have finally broken the memory wall that slows long context decoding. Wahdat said. So Google had a event, and I think this guy over here, this is Wahdat. Through Google's announcement this week, underscored its confidence in Gemini to anchor an agentic AI strategy. Statements by the company executive pointed towards a development worth watching in the evolution of AI for the enterprise. Competition for the enterprise market share in enterprise AI will rely on the ability of the tech industry's major players to serve as the control layer where AI does the work. Competition for enterprise market share in enterprise AI will rely on the ability of tech industries major players to serve the control layer where AI does the work. So if the AI companies have to get a share in the enterprise AI market, they have to serve the control layer. That is what it means. What is a control layer? Okay. This is also related to that. The headline you won't hear from the stage. Google is not launching AI features. Google is trying to build the operating system for the agentic enterprise. Guys, this is the summary basically. This distinction matters. Features sit on top of the platform. Operating system defines the platform, and the difference between those two postures is difference between selling tools and owning the runtime where actually the work happens. Now it makes sense, guys. Google is going after the enterprise AI market, and which basically means AI for the enterprises. It's not like consumer AI, the ones that we use in GPT, Gemini, and all that. Why most of the market will miss this? The industry conversation is still stuck at the wrong layer of abstraction. Which model is better? Which cloud? Which who has the best chatbot? Whose benchmark scores are higher this quarter than they were last quarter? The debate is already obsolete. The question that matters now is the one almost no one is asking on stage. Who owns the control plane where actually AI works, does the work? Models are becoming a commodity, inference is getting cheaper by the month. The leverage is moving up the stack into orchestration, governance, identity, and execution layer. Guys, this is opening new cells in my brain. This is really interesting. The main use of all this is in the orchestration, governance, identity, and execution layer. This is exactly where Google is making its move. And it is the layer where Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Salesforce, and modern data stack are quietly racing to plant a flag of their own. Agent infrastructure. Google is redesigning infrastructure for persistent, always on agents. Yeah, we understood that. Except signals around the next phase of TPU evolution and with a clearer split between training and inference silicon. Expect AI optimized networking and storage tuned for the latency and memory profiles of long running agent workloads, not the batch style workloads that define the cloud's first decade. Huh. Long running agent workloads, not the batch style workloads. Yeah, yeah, I can understand this because AI models they used to do things in batch, but now it's like the focus will be on long running, continuously running agents. This aligns with what is happening across the entire infrastructure landscape. Nvidia, Broadcom, every hyperscaler. Guys, we learned about hyperscaler in our video. Let me take you to my glossary of terms. Over here, we learned about hyperscaler in today earlier. Hyperscalers are large scale cloud service providers that offer extensive computing, storage, and networking resources designed to support massive scale distributed application. Interesting, guys. So, next one is data becomes memory for AI. This is how it's supposed to be. Google is expected to lean hard into cross cloud data access, semantic layers built on knowledge graphs. Semantic layers, what does that refer to? A semantic layer is a business oriented abstraction layer that sits between raw data sources and analytics tool, translating complex data structures into familiar business terms. It standardizes metrics, revenue, active users to provide a single source of truth, enabling consistent self service analytics and breaking data silos. Okay. Gemini is not a model, it's a control plane. Forget the model update, the real plays Gemini reframed as an orchestration layer, an agent runtime, a governance system. A governance system makes more sense, guys. What do you think? And a connection point to enterprise system of record. That repositioning puts Google directly in the ring with AWS Bedrock and its agent framework. Because now Google is in competition with AWS, as it says. Microsoft Copilot stretched into Azure, and the Microsoft 365 has stayed Salesforce, Agentforce. This is very overwhelming, guys. What basically this means is that the enterprise market in AI is huge, and these companies are targeting that. And rightfully so, because society is moving because of these enterprises. Humanity is moving forward because of all these private enterprises doing the new developments and everything. And Google wants to be at the back end of all this. So this is definitely big news, guys. I think willingly or unwillingly we covered this Google Cloud update. They had this a couple days ago, this event, and today we covered it. We learned some new stuff along the way as well. So that would be, I think, it for this Google news. Let me copy this one and I'll put it in my daily log. Let us put it in the daily log, guys. We have to, well, record what we learnt about, what we are looking into. Why is it not behaving well? It's putting a very big space in there. Anyways, let's move back to our other screen. This is our first live stream, guys. We are 1 hour and 22 minutes in. This seemed interesting. China has officially surpassed US in overall research and development spending, putting over 800 billion total into technological advancements. US was the world leader in all-time research and development spending for almost a century before getting beaten by China. There's a lot of development happening in China, guys, and most of it is not coming out or isn't well covered. But China is, well, racing towards a future where AI and everything related to it is gonna be very well integrated with our lives. What is this? A 25-year-old guy just received $60 billion offer from SpaceX, and the craziest part is he didn't spend a single dollar on marketing. Okay, this is related to Cursor, guys. Yeah, I've been following this news. Elon Musk wants to, well, acquire Cursor, and let me come to this screen. I'll try to explain what I already know about it, and then we'll end the live stream because it's 3:43 a.m. I have to catch up on some sleep, and then in the morning I have like half an hour or hour, so I might do this in the morning again because most of the time I'm learning about AI and stuff. So this is like something which is coming natural to me these days. So coming on to Cursor AI, guys, it's we also covered it on the video earlier. Uh, the thing is, Cursor AI, well, basically what it does is it's gonna help in coding. It's gonna help in code review and everything. We know that X AI, they are developing Grok, which is their LLM, large language model, which is their program, AI program. Now, let's say Cursor comes in. Then the developments happening at Grok, they are gonna be, like I say, turbocharged. XAI is also, well, obviously managing the code behind X, the app X. So the thing is that it's gonna come in handy over there as well. So Cursor is already well known in the market. Let me go to the Cursor website. I want to see their mission statement, or like their slogan. Cursor, the best way to code with AI. Built to make you extraordinarily productive, Cursor is the best way to build software with AI. Now, people are using Codex, Opus, Cloud Opus 4.7, and all that. But on the other hand side, Elon Musk is looking to partner with potentially or buy Cursor AI. If they go in for the partnership, it's gonna be like at $10 billion. If they will have to put in, or if they are gonna acquire it, it's gonna be for $60 billion. But at a time where coding has been becoming very, like, barrier to entry into making products with code, that is lowering. It's going down day by day. If you have a pro subscription of ChatGPT, you can use Codex. You can go for the Claude Code if you have the pro subscription there. Even Google Gemini lets you code. So when the barrier to entry is very low, we can just imagine that in the coming months, or maybe within a year or two, AI would be so good with coding that a well reputed engineer wouldn't even come close to what AI would be able to do for a simple person like you, like me. But even in such an environment, such a landscape, such an outlook, Elon and his company is looking to buy Cursor. So this just tells that Cursor is something that is very effective, very productive, and there's not any other random tool that will help you with coding. What it could do for them is it will help, like I already said, turbocharge the performance of their engineers at XAI, the ones that are working at Grok, at SpaceX, and his other companies as well. So that's why I think there's like a very bright future for this company Cursor. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. We are gonna touch 1 hour and 30 minutes. It was a very fun live stream, and I honestly want to do it again. I want to do it multiple times a day. The good thing, we are learning about AI, and inshallah, this is gonna keep on improving. We are gonna grow together. We are gonna will develop ourselves. We are gonna get ourselves AI ready. And this live that I started, the title was Becoming an AI Expert Before I Hit a Million Subscribers. That was kind of very sarcastic, guys. Super sarcastic. So, anyways, we'll see each other in another video. I'm gonna end this stream. It was fun, guys. I bought the Restream subscription today, and this has been fun, guys. Learning in public, growing in public, and we are gonna continue this, guys. I see a very bright future of this channel, of what we are doing. Thank you for watching here. I hope you would stay in the best of health, wealth, love, and happiness in your